Ever wondered if the Sidewinder Gamepads would be a good fit for your retro Windows 98 or XP build? In this video I give you my thoughts on the USB version of the gamepad as I use it with my Windows 98 machines as my main go-to controller. For historical context, the Sidewinder range is now defunct, but first came out in 1995. Microsoft at that time produced some excellent gamepads, joysticks and steering wheels coinciding with the Windows 95 era. Now I have the USB version re-released in 2001. It has the same ergonomic design as the original gamepad but without the mode button. I would like to hunt down the original GamePort version though, as I do have an older computer that doesn't have USB ports. Also, it seems that a major feature of these early pads was that they could be daisy-chained together to allow multiple gamepads to be connected to one computer through one GamePort. This controller feels perfect in my hands as the logo etching, D-pad and buttons are still in great shape nearly 20 years later. Now let's look at that D-pad. It's comfortable and it's pretty responsive for the games that I play, though I tend to play racing games predominantly with this one. And not sure about you, but it does remind me a lot of the Sega Saturn design and the button layout, so I wonder why Microsoft went down this route rather than copying PlayStation at the time. 6 face buttons gives me a lot of options for button layout on a lot of games. The triggers on this pad are very comfortable, they sit really perfectly and have a good amount of spring still. As an aside, it has worked with all the games I've thrown at it so far, so that's also a definite plus. Likewise, no issues at all with the cable, no degradation of the rubber or anything here. In terms of size comparison, it's about the same size as a GameCube controller or a slim controller for the original Xbox. It was plug and play with Windows 98 2nd edition, and it hasn't conflicted with the Sidewinder driver that I installed for my racing wheel, so no issues at all on initial configuration. So to wrap up, I believe this is a great controller to pair with a Windows 98 or XP machine. Feels great in your hand and won't give you any cramps. Button layout is comfortable and having 6 buttons gives you some latitude on how to set it up. The lack of analog sticks and the fact that it only has 2 shoulder buttons limits it for more modern games, I imagine. I believe that it could be used on newer operating systems, but you may just want to get an Xbox 360 or Xbox One controller instead to give you better compatibility. Overall, I really enjoy this piece of Microsoft's gaming history. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing and give it a like. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.